Hello everyone, welcome back to Positron Plays Pyre. Last time we met Sandalwood. We have a new location, so let's head onwards here. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Sclorian Shore. Alrighty. Whoa. Looks like New England. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive at lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodial. You'll have to make it all the way to the top. Yeah, where the rites were first conceived. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. He has his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. Whoa, okay. So we have a lot of options here. Doing what we want, achieving inner peace, having no master, going where you please. To feel true love, living without fear, nothing at all, or we can remain silent. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. That's pretty funny. Well, I mean, I personally feel a few of these. I think living without fear is what we're going to go with here. Freedom means living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Let's go with that. Tell Volfred that freedom means living without fear and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. Considers your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my kin. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time. A deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment, to spur us on to acts of courage. Not for fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life, and just now we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something very vital. Turns his attention to the whole group. Now let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Huh. Freedom means to live life without fear, just as your reader stated. That's interesting. I wonder if that choice... Like, is this always his answer, or does he always kind of mirror our choice? That's very curious, though, if we actually chose in accordance with him. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. I mean, this is my personal belief, to be honest. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks towards the distant mountains. Then the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. You would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. You would not be truly free, I think. At least you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are still out there, make quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That's where you come in. Turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan then is this: we free each other from the downside through the rites, then we meet up on the other side, we organize. Each new moon at dusk we join together at the Spiral Sanctum, the burned down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. Use as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. You'll have your remaining days here, like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you're doing here, then speak now. Wolford pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. Seek true freedom? You'll not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. Together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Let's out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolford turns toward the mountain, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. So his plan and thoughts are noble. We have to head to Myr Pass. Perhaps a little revolutionary, but noble. Beyond lies Mount Elodial. Suggests we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. The Beyond a Crystal seeks Headwind. Sweet. Let's talk to Sandalwood first. There you are, my kin. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Wolford stares at you rather intently as if reaching out to you, and then... You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet. Your friends, and that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking on such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passages in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you've not gotten to that part just yet. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you're getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. This journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you, not for any one of us. Do I understand? Or do you understand? Yeah, I understand. Perhaps there's a way. There's more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my kin, then very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back to that Commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. Sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots of time more to chat. We ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Till then. Laters, dude. Let's see. I think we have all our pages read here. But there's a trial available for Headwind. So I wonder, yeah, if we will go through all of these. It must mean that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. There's a lot of work to do with him. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Wait a minute, wait. If we're not participating in the rites and therefore we cannot be free, doesn't the same apply to Sandalwood? I mean, he's a reader. So, if he's not participating in the rites either, isn't he in the same predicament? Whoa. That is a big group there. Nice. I got an achievement called the Free Spirit. That Jodariel-esque one over there is, ooh, a little rough. This is pretty straightforward, but don't really have a lot of advantages here. They're all power casting too, I've noticed. Good, we can sneak by though. It seems the Jodariel figure is merely playing kind of static defense. Whoops. I actually forgot what sort of abilities we have on Hedwyn here. Ah. Wow, that was a hell of a pass. Alright, we'll just sneak by here. Oh! Oh, we made it. I just kind of limped in there, but we got it. Performance was sufficient. Alright, let's see what we get for Hedwyn here. I actually forget what kind of talents he has, or skills. Goals Bracer. Hedwyn powercasts his arm with greater ease and gains infinite stamina on hit for 2 seconds. Must make the ability like the flash or powercast a little easier to hit. That's actually pretty good. In fact, why don't I equip that on him? Still, I still don't think there's anything we can do with, Hamatha and Jodariel here, unfortunately. Let's discuss the plan. Wolfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time. This is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and others exchange glances. We'll make this plainer for you still. Here's how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodial, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Does the scribes themselves watch over it? The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Only the worthy pass through here, as your reader could attest. They did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium, one of the landmarks. Temple at the highest point in the downside. Meet our adversaries on the right. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. Ooh. I wonder if Jodariel will know him. You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose somebody from your respective ranks. Then once one of the triumvirates prevails, their somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Ooh. Whisked home to the Commonwealth. Precisely. Once returned, our summity is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about this. The same Commonwealth that says the sentence is in the exiles forever and the freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details describe themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets as well. So then that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation. Indeed, for us, that isn't at all. If one of us returns, she'll be just a step along our path. However, let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Have time for vacations. I wonder if we will, in fact, actually be sending someone off. Again, we're going to go with mentor. Who do we want to mentor today? I think we have, everybody has their talent trees unlocked. Maybe we'll mentor Jodariel here and see if we can push her further. Fierce presence could be pretty good. She's kind of my favorite. She's also participated in all of the rites. Ruki is next closest. Oh no, did we sit her out once to take Pamitha, or did we sit Pamitha? I think we set Pamitha. Yeah, let's do that. Understanding of her aura. Oh, she did reach the next level. Good. We can choose the final. I was wondering about that, if we had to choose both of these or if we could just go. Yeah, I mean, basically she becomes the ultimate defender by, you know, people hit her aura, or we have her cast the aura out and she stops them flat there. Interesting then that you can continue. Looks like rank 5 is the highest, so you can at most go like a full tree, but you could also split as well. I do kind of like the idea of having her get more presence, but let's grab a final one here. I would be interested to get her maxed out though. Alright, let's continue the journey here. We probably won't get to the next rite just yet, but we'll at least continue over towards the mountain. Here before you lies Mount Lodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Companions gather round again before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions. Now I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. There's only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. Only one of you is to go free at first. Who shall it be? Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the right. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. It took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. Someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking two trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others along for the Rhine, all different sorts. Gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I've had reasons to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights of you have seen are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. No, we'll keep listening. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. Dariel speaks again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understood your plan, still I wish to know why us. Why are we, among others, chosen for this liberation rite? Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen, you are qualified, I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain, though in this case the expression is quite literally true. When the eight created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. Triumvirates they formed to have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The eight scribes also formed a special group against which all others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madam. Only enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites or do not prevail in them sufficiently may find themselves barred from the liberation rites, but these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Very interesting. So we have some pathways up the mountain to choose from here. And I think we will check those out next time. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you click like, helps a bunch, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon.